You know those moments where time stands still and the world suddenly feels like a badly directed sitcom. That's exactly what happened to Kelly Ripa while vacationing in Italy this summer, only in her version, the laugh track was replaced with internal screaming, and her glamorous European moment was interrupted by none other than Richard Gere himself. Let's set the scene. Cobblestone streets, lemon trees gently swaying in the breeze, a 5-star resort on the Amalfi Coast, and Kelly Ripa, queen of morning banter and Pilates, lounging in a chic but impractically white caftan, sipping an Aperol spritz. She had just finished what she called a spiritual and physical cleanse, which, according to her, involved a juice fast, goat yoga, and exactly 3 sips of Prosecco. Feeling light, rejuvenated, and mildly smug, she decided to reward herself with a quiet afternoon by the infinity pool. Unbeknownst to her, this was the moment the universe had been patiently waiting for. I was feeling good, Kelly later recounted with a laugh on Live with Kelly and Mark. I felt very Gwyneth, you know, like I might release a candle inspired by my aura. That kind of good. So there she was, flipping through an Italian tabloid pretending to understand the captions, when she saw a familiar silver-haired man in linen walking past her cabana. He was effortlessly elegant, tan, and appeared to be floating rather than walking. I froze, Kelly admitted. Because, I mean, Richard Gere. Actual Richard Gere, in the flesh, looking like he just stepped off the set of Pretty Woman, The Tuscan Years. Now, Kelly Ripa is no stranger to celebrities. She's basically Hollywood-adjacent royalty. But even royalty has its moments of sheer, undignified panic. And this, she said, was mine. Because at that exact moment, just as she was preparing to casually wave or toss a charming ciao in his direction, something truly grotesque happened. I sneezed, Kelly said dramatically. But not like a cute, polite sneeze. It was one of those full-body, possessed by a demon sneezes. The kind that throws your whole back out and sprays particles into the next time zone. As she tells it, she tried to suppress it. Because I'm in Italy, I'm classy now, but it was no use. I was holding this delicate little cup of espresso. I go to sneeze, and I don't know how or why, but instead of grabbing a napkin or turning away like a human being, my reflex was to catch it. The audience erupted in laughter. Mark Consuelos, her co-host and husband, looked both amused and horrified. Wait, he said. Catch what? Kelly didn't miss a beat. The sneeze, Mark. I tried to catch the sneeze. With my bare hands. Like a raccoon who's just seen a shiny object. I ended up flinging espresso everywhere, dropping my phone in the pool, and sneezing directly into my palm while making direct, unblinking eye contact with Richard Gere. To be fair, even Shakespeare couldn't write a more tragic comedy. And he smiled at me. Kelly exclaimed, face flushed with theatrical embarrassment. This man, this legend, smiled like I had just handed him a signed copy of Eat, Pray, Love. Meanwhile, I'm wiping sneeze off my face and fishing my iPhone out of chlorinated water like some American gremlin. Mark shook his head. I've seen you do a lot of things. But trying to catch a sneeze in front of Richard Gere, that's new. I panicked. Kelly shot back. My soul briefly left my body. I went from Amalfi goddess to Mucinex mascot in 3 seconds flat. The story didn't end there. According to Kelly, Richard Gere, ever the gentleman, actually walked over and asked if she was okay. He said something like, "Bless you." That looked intense. Kelly imitated his calm, dulcet tones, which only made the audience laugh harder. I wanted to melt into the pool. Or pretend I was part of the landscaping. Despite the grotesque moment, she says Gere was unfazed and genuinely kind. He even offered her a fresh napkin from the linen stash he somehow had tucked into his pocket like a magical Italian butler. I don't know if it was pity or spiritual enlightenment, Kelly joked. But I've never felt so simultaneously humiliated and honored in my life. And because Kelly Ripa is nothing if not resourceful, she turned the moment into a teachable one. On her show, she listed things you should not do upon seeing Richard Gere, which included sneeze explosively, attempt to catch said sneeze, spill espresso on your own white caftan, fish electronics out of pool while maintaining eye contact, say, "Bless me," before he can say, "Bless you." I feel like I invented a new form of social self-destruction, she added. The only thing that would have made it worse is if I'd started quoting Pretty Woman, which, for the record, I almost did. In the aftermath, Kelly says she recovered, barely. She salvaged her dignity with a quick change of clothes, a large gelato, and by pretending the whole thing never happened. But Gere, like the mysterious cinematic icon he is, disappeared shortly afterward, leaving behind only a faint scent of cologne and the lingering echo of his polite chuckle. When asked if she would do anything differently, Kelly sighed. Honestly, probably not. It's a memory, a really mortifying one. But now I get to say, one time I sneezed on Richard Gere, and that's kind of a flex, right? Mark laughed. Depends on your definition of flex. As for Richard Gere, no public statement was made. But sources close to the actor, read, the waiter who saw the whole thing, say he described Kelly as charming, real, and the kind of woman who doesn't let a little bodily chaos get in the way of living. And really, what better compliment is there?